Have you ever wondered how that tangy, smoky, and sweet barbecue sauce ends up in your pantry, ready to transform your grilled chicken or ribs into a masterpiece? Well, today, we're taking a delicious deep dive into the step-by-step process of how barbecue sauce is made. From the fields where it all starts, to the high-tech factories where it all comes together. Oh, and of course, we'll also talk about all the different styles of barbecue sauce out there. Let's get started. The story of barbecue sauce begins with the arrival of Spanish explorers in the Caribbean during the 1500s. They encountered the Taino people who cooked meat on wooden frames called barbacoa and seasoned it with herbs, spices, and acidic marinades. The Spanish adopted this cooking style and introduced it to Europe, Africa, and the Americas. In the southern United States, barbecue as we know it evolved, and sauces emerged as essential components, influenced by African, European, and indigenous cooking traditions. Early sauces were simple: vinegar, salt, and pepper, and designed to tenderize and preserve meat. Over time, regional differences in ingredients and cooking styles gave rise to the variety of sauces we enjoy today. Barbecue sauce in the USA is as diverse as the people who love it. Each region has its own distinct style, reflecting local tastes, ingredients, and traditions. Alright guys, who wants to play a little game with me? How many barbecue sauce styles have you tried? The comment with the most styles of barbecue sauce wins. 1, 2, 3. Alright guys, time is over. That was fun. Can't wait to read your comments. And now, let me break down the major styles of barbecue sauce for you. Number 1, Kansas City style. Kansas City is the barbecue sauce superstar, and its style is the most popular across the country. The sauce is thick, rich, and sweet, thanks to molasses and brown sugar. It clings beautifully to ribs, brisket, and just about anything else you throw on the grill. A touch of smoke is key to its flavor profile, and it's often slathered on during the last stages of grilling to caramelize into a glossy finish. Texas style. Texas barbecue sauce varies depending on the region, but it's always about enhancing the meat, not overpowering it. Alabama white sauce. This unique barbecue sauce was created by Bob Gibson in Decatur, Alabama in the 1920s. Unlike tomato or vinegar-based sauces, this one is mayo-based. It's famously used as a finishing sauce for smoked chicken, adding a creamy, tangy kick. Pro tip: it also doubles as a great salad dressing or dip. Kentucky black barbecue sauce. This lesser-known sauce is famous in the Owensboro area, where mutton, yes, mutton, is the barbecue meat of choice. Kentucky black barbecue sauce is thin and dark thanks to Worcestershire sauce, and pairs beautifully with the gamey flavor of smoked mutton. Georgia style. Georgia barbecue sauce is heavily influenced by Kansas City style, but with a local twist. Peaches. Some recipes incorporate peach preserves, or fresh peaches, giving the sauce a fruity undertone that pairs beautifully with pork. Wow, that was a lot, right? But as already said, barbecue styles are as many as the people who love it. Now, before we start the actual barbecue sauce production tour, I'd kindly ask you for a favor. We are putting our utmost effort into the videos for you, and your support is crucial for the growth of our channel. We would love creating more fascinating food discovery videos for you, so please like our videos and subscribe to our channel. Every great barbecue sauce starts with its base ingredients, and for most recipes that means tomatoes. In the early morning, farmers head out to harvest perfectly ripe, juicy tomatoes. These little red gems are grown in regions with the perfect combination of sunlight and soil, like California or Italy. Tomatoes destined for barbecue sauce are typically paste varieties, like Roma tomatoes, because of their rich flavor and low water content. After they're picked, the tomatoes are quickly loaded onto trucks and rushed to the processing plant. But tomatoes are just the beginning. A great barbecue sauce needs more than a dozen ingredients to hit that perfect balance of sweet, tangy, smoky, and spicy. Factories carefully source everything: molasses for that deep sweetness, vinegar for tang, spices like paprika and cayenne for heat, and even liquid smoke for that signature barbecue flavor. When the tomatoes and other ingredients arrive at the factory, it's time for the magic to happen. The first step? Quality control. Every batch of tomatoes is checked for ripeness, color, and even aroma. The same goes for spices, vinegar, and sweeteners. Everything is inspected and approved before it moves further down the line. The first stop for our tomatoes is the washing station. Jets of water blast away any dirt or debris, leaving the tomatoes squeaky clean. Next, they're sent into a dicer, where they're chopped into tiny pieces. These diced tomatoes are then pureed into a thick, smooth paste. This is done using industrial blenders that can handle thousands of pounds of tomatoes at once. And if you're wondering what happens to the seeds and skins, those are separated out during the process and often repurposed for compost or animal feed. Now comes the heart of the process, cooking the sauce. The tomato puree is pumped into gigantic kettles, each capable of holding hundreds of gallons. Each ingredient is carefully measured and added to the mix. Molasses gives the sauce its sweetness, vinegar adds a sharp tang, and a blend of spices creates that smoky, zesty kick we all love. Liquid smoke is also added here. Just a small amount goes a long way in delivering that classic barbecue flavor. Once everything is in, the kettles are heated and the sauce is cooked low and slow. Before the sauce moves on to bottling, it undergoes rigorous testing. Technicians in the lab check the sauce for flavor, texture, and even color. The goal is to make sure every batch tastes exactly the same, whether it's a bottle you buy today or one you grab a year from now. They'll even test for viscosity. That's a fancy word for how thick or runny the sauce is. Too thick, and it won't pour out of the bottle. Too thin, and it won't cling to your ribs. Once the sauce gets the thumbs up from the quality control team, it's time to bottle it up. The sauce is pumped into the bottles at just the right temperature to prevent bacteria growth while preserving the flavor. Next, the bottles are capped, sealed, and labeled. Each label is applied with precision so every bottle looks as good as the sauce inside tastes. The finished bottles are packed into boxes, which are then loaded onto pallets. From here, they're shipped to grocery stores, restaurants, and barbecue joints around the world. And that's how barbecue sauce goes from fresh tomatoes in the field to a delicious bottle in your kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this saucy journey as much as I did. If you loved this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know in the comments. What's your favorite way to use barbecue sauce? Until next time at Factory View, happy grilling! These golden, crispy nuggets have become a staple for fast food lovers worldwide. But have you ever wondered how they go from farm to fryer and into your hands? This is how McDonald's chicken nuggets are made. The story of McDonald's chicken nuggets began in the late 1970s, when the fast food giant wanted to offer more than just burgers and fries. McDonald's needed something new that would appeal to everyone, especially families and kids. Chef René Arend, a culinary expert from Luxembourg who joined McDonald's in 1976, was tasked with creating a game-changing menu item. In 1983, his creation, Chicken McNuggets, hit the menu and became an instant sensation, often selling out within hours. Over time, McNuggets have evolved to meet customer demands. Originally made with mechanically separated chicken, they switched to 100% white meat chicken in the early 2000s. Now made without artificial preservatives, flavors, or colors, McNuggets continue to be a favorite for millions. The journey of a chicken McNugget starts on the farm, where McDonald's selects chickens that meet strict quality standards. These chickens come from suppliers like Tyson Foods, one of the largest poultry producers. All the chicken meat used is inspected by the USDA to ensure it meets high health and quality standards. These chickens are raised in controlled environments to keep them healthy, which is important for the quality of the nuggets. When the chickens are fully grown, they are sent to processing plants where the best parts of the chicken, like the breasts, tenderloins, and rib meat, are selected. These parts are chosen because they are tender, flavorful, and nutritious. At the processing plant, machines help with the deboning process, making it precise and efficient. Workers carefully remove the drumsticks, wings, thighs, and skin, focusing on the prime breast meat and tenderloins. The skin, though removed at first, is later added back in small amounts to enhance the flavor and juiciness of the nuggets. The remaining parts of the chicken are used in other products to reduce waste. After the best cuts of chicken are selected, they are ground into a coarse mixture. This texture is important for giving McNuggets their meaty bite. The ground chicken is then mixed with a blend of seasonings, spices, and a portion of chicken skin to add flavor and moisture. Ingredients like water, flour, starches, and natural flavorings like rosemary extract, which acts as a preservative, are added to the mixture. This blend ensures that each nugget is tasty and has the right texture. This step is closely watched to make sure every batch is the same, which is important for making sure every McNugget tastes just right, no matter where it's served. McDonald's Chicken McNuggets are known for their distinct shapes: the ball, the bell, the boot, and the bow tie. These shapes aren't just for fun. They help the nuggets cook evenly. The chicken mixture is put into a shaping machine where it's flattened and cut into the familiar nugget shapes. These shapes are made using molds that ensure each nugget is the same size and shape, which is important for consistent cooking. After the nuggets are shaped, they move on to getting their famous crispy coating. This is where the nuggets get dipped and coated to create that crunchy outside we all love. The nuggets are first dipped in a thin batter that helps the breading stick. Then, they go through a machine that evenly covers them in the breading. The breading mix is made from wheat flour, corn flour, starches, and some other ingredients that give the nuggets their unique texture. Next, the nuggets get coated with a thicker tempura batter. This layer is what makes them extra crispy when they're cooked. The tempura batter is made from a mix of flour, corn flour, and other ingredients that ensure each nugget has the right crunch. Once the nuggets are fully coated, they move on to the par frying. This step partially cooks the nuggets in hot oil for just a few seconds. The quick fry helps set the batter and starts the crisping process, but the chicken inside is still raw at this stage. Par frying is important because it helps the nuggets hold their shape and keeps the coating from falling off. It also locks in the flavor and moisture so the nuggets stay juicy. After par frying, the nuggets are taken out of the oil and cooled down on a conveyor belt. After the nuggets have been par fried, they go through quick freezing. This step is crucial to keep the nuggets fresh and lock in their flavor. The nuggets are placed in a freezing chamber set to about minus 18 degrees Celsius, which helps them freeze quickly and evenly. Quick freezing helps the nuggets texture and taste just right, even after they've been stored and transported. Once frozen, the nuggets are solid and ready to be packaged. The nuggets are carefully placed into bags and boxes to make sure they stay fresh and don't get damaged. The packaging process is fast, with thousands of nugget bags packed in just a few minutes. The packaging is designed to protect the nuggets as they travel to McDonald's restaurants. The boxes of nuggets are loaded onto refrigerated trucks that keep them frozen during transport. This ensures that the nuggets stay fresh and are ready for final cooking when they arrive at McDonald's. Transporting millions of nuggets every day is a big job, but McDonald's has perfected the process to make sure every nugget reaches you in perfect condition. The final step in the McNugget journey happens at McDonald's restaurants. When the frozen nuggets arrive, they are stored in freezers until needed. When you place your order, the nuggets are thawed and then fried. The nuggets are fried at around 180 degrees Celsius, 356 degrees Fahrenheit for about 3 minutes. This gives them their crispy golden brown outside and keeps the inside tender and juicy. The oil used for frying is a mix of canola, corn, and soybean oils, which help make the nuggets crispy. After frying, the nuggets are kept warm until they're ready to be served. This final cooking step makes sure every McNugget you get is hot, crispy, and delicious. Once they're ready, the nuggets are boxed up with your favorite dipping sauce and handed to you crispy, tasty, and ready to enjoy. If you liked learning about how McNuggets are made, don't forget to click on the next video for more cool insights into how your favorite products are made. Now, picture this. You are sitting in your favorite restaurant and about to drip a little bit of that dark, savory sauce into your stir-fried noodles. But have you ever stopped to wonder how it's made its way to your table? Today, we're uncovering the secrets of one of the most iconic and versatile condiments in the world: soy sauce. Before we dive into the process, let's start with the basics. Soy sauce has been around since ancient China and becoming a staple in Asian cultures, especially in Japanese cuisine. Today, it's made using just a few simple ingredients: soybeans, wheat, water, and salt. Soybeans serve as a cornerstone ingredient in many traditional Japanese foods. It's also a pretty versatile ingredient and is the base for many staple products in Japanese cuisine. Let me quickly show you some of the most popular and globally well-known soybean products. Miso, a fermented soybean paste used in soups, marinades, and sauces. Tofu. It is made from soy milk, and it's valued for its high protein content and versatility. It is used in soups, hot pots, and desserts. Natto, fermented soybeans known for their strong smell and sticky texture, often eaten with rice for breakfast, is believed to have numerous health benefits. And finally, probably the most popular product made from soybeans, the soy sauce. Our journey begins here, on a soybean farm. Soybeans, rich in protein and umami, are carefully cultivated and harvested. Farmers ensure the beans are healthy and mature, usually around late summer. Farmers use combines to collect the beans, separating them from the pods in one swift motion. It's like a giant vacuum cleaner for soybeans. The harvested beans are then cleaned and sent off for their big transformation. Here we are at the factory. The soybeans arrive along with another key ingredient, wheat. Both will play a starring role in creating that rich, savory soy sauce flavor we all love. Step 1 is preparing the soybeans. They're soaked in water to soften them up. This can take several hours, depending on the type of soybeans used. After soaking, the beans are steamed to make them tender and ready for fermentation. Meanwhile, wheat, our second star ingredient, is roasted to bring out its nutty aroma. Then it's crushed into smaller pieces. This combination of cooked soybeans and roasted wheat is the foundation for soy sauce's complex flavor. It might not look like soy sauce yet, but trust me, this is where all the magic starts. Before we continue, I would like to ask you for a quick favor. We are putting our hearts into the videos for you, and your support means the world to us. So please subscribe to our channel, like and share with your favorite people, and let's continue our journey together through more fascinating food discoveries. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The cooked soybeans and roasted wheat are mixed together, and a special mold called Aspergillus oryzae is sprinkled over the mixture. This mold is key to kickstarting the fermentation process. The mixture is then spread out in shallow trays and left in a warm, humid room for a few days. During this time, the mold grows and breaks down the soybeans and wheat, creating what's called koji. Koji is like the heart and soul of soy sauce. Think of koji as a flavor factory in itself. It's breaking down proteins into savory amino acids and starches into sugars, laying the groundwork for soy sauce's signature umami taste. Once the koji is ready, it's time for the next step, fermentation. The koji is mixed with a salty brine, just water and salt, to create what's known as moromi. This thick, soupy mixture is transferred into massive fermentation tanks. And here's the part that requires patience. The moromi ferments for several months, sometimes up to a year or more. During this time, natural bacteria and yeast work together to develop the deep, rich flavors that make soy sauce so special. Imagine a slow cooking process on a microscopic level. The proteins in the soybeans break down into amino acids like glutamate. Hello, umami. The wheat adds sweetness and complexity, and the salt keeps everything preserved and balanced. Throughout the fermentation process, the moromi is stirred regularly to ensure everything is evenly mixed and the flavors develop uniformly. Factories often use automated machines to handle this part, but the concept remains the same as it's been for centuries. By now, the moromi has transformed into a rich, aromatic blend. But wait, we're not done yet. Once the fermentation is complete, it's time to extract the liquid gold. The moromi is placed into special cloth bags and then pressed to separate the liquid soy sauce from the solid remains. Modern factories use hydraulic presses for this step, applying tons of pressure to extract every drop of soy sauce. The liquid that comes out is unpasteurized soy sauce, packed with flavor, but not quite ready yet. And what happens to the leftover solids, you ask? They're often used as animal feed or fertilizer. Next, the raw soy sauce is pasteurized to ensure it's safe to consume and has a consistent flavor. During this step, the liquid is gently heated, which also helps to enhance its aroma and color. It's like giving the soy sauce a final polish, making sure it's as delicious and shelf-stable as possible. Before the soy sauce heads to the bottling line, it goes through rigorous quality control. There's even a taste test. Yep, someone's job is to sip soy sauce for quality assurance. Where can I sign up for that gig? Once it passes all the tests, the soy sauce is bottled, sealed, and labeled. Factories can produce thousands of bottles per hour, ensuring that this liquid umami reaches tables around the world. And just like that, the soy sauce is ready for its journey to your kitchen. And now for the best part, tasting it. Soy sauce isn't just a condiment, it's an essential ingredient that enhances so many dishes. It's amazing to think about all the care and time that goes into making this little bottle of flavor. So there you have it, the incredible process of how soy sauce is made. From soybeans and wheat to the rich, savory condiment we all love. Next time you drizzle soy sauce on your favorite dish, you'll know just how much work went into creating it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more foodie adventures. And tell me in the comments, what's your favorite dish to pair with soy sauce? Until next time, stay curious and keep savoring life. Imagine the sun-kissed fields where vibrant raspberries ripen, their sweet, tangy scent filling the air. Now, picture that fresh fruit transforming into the delicious spread we all know and love, raspberry jam. In today's video, we're going to walk you through the fascinating process of how raspberry jam is made in a factory. From the moment the berries are plucked from the vine to when that jar is sealed and ready to ship, we'll explore every step of the journey. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more behind the scenes of how everyday foods are made. Before we dive into the factory, let's talk about where the jam making begins. Raspberries are a delicate fruit, requiring specific conditions to thrive. They grow best in cooler climates with long, mild summers and well-drained soil. Regions like Oregon in the US and the United Kingdom are famous for their high-quality raspberries. Here they flourish, soaking in the sun and rain to produce plump, juicy berries perfect for jam making. Raspberry bushes are carefully tended to throughout the growing season, ensuring the best possible fruit. Unlike some fruits, raspberries are fragile, and they need to be picked by hand. Workers in the fields must be quick but delicate, making sure not to bruise the fruit as they harvest it. The best raspberries are those that are fully ripe, plump, and have the deep red color that signals peak sweetness. Once picked, they are carefully placed into baskets or crates, ready for transport to the processing facility. Once the raspberries arrive at the factory, they are unloaded and sent through an initial sorting process. This step is crucial, as only the highest quality raspberries are used for making jam. The berries are sorted to remove any that are overripe, underripe, or damaged. Some factories use machines with advanced technology to separate out impurities, while others still rely on manual labor for quality control. Next, the raspberries are carefully washed to remove any dirt, debris, or pesticides. They are placed in large washing tanks where gentle jets of water ensure that each berry is thoroughly cleaned without being damaged. It's vital that the berries stay intact during this process, as their shape and texture will affect the final product. Once cleaned, the raspberries are ready for the next step, crushing. In most modern factories, the berries are passed through a crusher or pulper. This machine gently breaks down the fruit into a puree, which will be the base of our jam. The pulp is collected and transferred into large cooking kettles. Here, the raspberry puree is combined with sugar, which helps preserve the fruit and gives the jam its signature sweetness. The amount of sugar varies based on the desired sweetness and consistency of the final product, but a typical ratio is around 60% fruit and 40% sugar. As the mixture begins to cook, it's carefully monitored to prevent burning or overcooking. The cooking process can take anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on the scale of production and the type of equipment being used. During this time, the pectin in the raspberries is released, helping the jam thicken and take on that perfect spreadable texture. Temperature control is critical at this stage. The jam must reach a precise temperature, typically around 220 degrees Fahrenheit, 104 degrees Celsius, to ensure it sets correctly. Some factories use advanced technology to measure the temperature and consistency, while others rely on the spoon test, a simple method where a small amount of jam is placed on a spoon and allowed to cool to see if it has the right thickness. Once the jam has reached the perfect consistency, it's time for jarring. The hot jam is carefully poured into sterilized jars. In large factories, this process is automated, with machines that fill and seal hundreds of jars every minute. However, quality control remains essential at this stage. Each jar is inspected for any air bubbles or imperfections in the seal, ensuring that the jam remains fresh for as long as possible. Once filled, the jars are sealed with tight-fitting lids to prevent any air from entering. Some factories use vacuum sealing techniques, where air is drawn out of the jar before sealing to prolong the shelf life of the jam. To ensure that the jam is safe to eat and has a long shelf life, it's pasteurized. This means the sealed jars are heated to a specific temperature for a set amount of time to kill any harmful bacteria or microorganisms. Pasteurization also helps preserve the color, flavor, and nutrients of the jam. After pasteurization, the jars are moved to a cooling station, where they are allowed to cool down gradually. Once cooled, the jars are transferred to the labeling station. Here, each jar is carefully labeled with its product name, ingredients, expiration date, and branding. The labeling process is typically automated in large factories, but the design and placement of the labels are carefully monitored for accuracy. Finally, the jars of jam are packed into cartons, ready to be shipped out to distributors, stores, and directly to customers. The packaging ensures that the jam stays secure and intact during its journey from the factory to your local grocery store. After all the hard work and care put into the production process, your jar of raspberry jam finally makes its way to your home. Whether it's for a morning breakfast spread, a sweet addition to desserts, or an ingredient in homemade pastries, raspberry jam is the perfect way to enjoy the taste of summer all year round. From the fields to the factory and finally to your table, the journey of raspberry jam is a testament to the hard work and care that goes into producing every jar. Next time you spread that delicious jam on your toast, you'll know exactly how it got there. If you enjoyed this journey through the process of making raspberry jam, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more behind-the-scenes looks at how your favorite foods are made. Until next time, happy spreading!